Hey there, y'all. Before we dive in, drop a comment below with where you're watching from, city, state, or wherever you're at, and hit that like button if you've ever dealt with a neighbor who's just too much. Oh, and subscribe if you want more stories like this one, 'cause trust me, this one's a wild ride. All right, let's get into it. Picture this. I'm sitting in my new living room, controller in hand, deep in a late-night gaming session when I hear something. Not the usual hum of the AC or the fridge doing its thing, no. This is a human sound, a low, rhythmic snore creeping up through the floorboards of my house. My name's Marcus Thompson, 34, just a regular guy, a network admin who finally scraped together enough to buy a little slice of the American dream in a quiet suburb called Willow Creek. Nice place, tidy lawns, white picket fences, the whole deal. But that snore? That's coming from my basement. My basement. A place I've barely set foot in since I signed the papers a month ago. I pause the game, tilt my head like a dog hearing a weird noise. The house is supposed to be empty, just me, my couch, and a half-eaten pizza. But that sound, it's real, and it's close. My heart starts thumping, not gonna lie. I grab the closest thing that feels like a weapon, a heavy glass paperweight shaped like a cube, and creep toward the basement door. Every horror movie I've ever seen is screaming, "Call the cops, dude, don't go down there." But this is my house, you know? I'm not about to let some ghost or squatter claim what I worked years for. So, I flick on the light, take a deep breath, and head down the creaky wooden stairs. The basement's clean but bare concrete floors, a couple of moving boxes, the water heater humming in the corner. And then I see it. Tucked against the far wall, near an old furnace, is a full-on bedroom setup. A twin mattress, a fluffy comforter with daisies all over it, and like 6 pillows stacked just so. And sitting up in the middle, blinking at me like I just woke her from a nap, is this woman. She's got to be pushing 70, with this perfect, almost cartoonish blonde bob that doesn't even budge, like it's glued in place. She's in these silky green pajamas, looking at me like I'm the intruder. "Who the hell are you?" I manage to say, my voice coming out way shakier than I want. Her eyes narrow, and she points a bony finger at me. "I am Dorothy Caldwell, president of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association, and you, young man, are trespassing in my restoration chamber." Her voice is like a fork scraping a plate, sharp and entitled. I'm standing there, clutching my paperweight, thinking, restoration chamber? Lady, this is my basement. "Look, Dorothy," I say, trying to keep it together. "I don't know what deal you had with the last owner, but I bought this place. This is my house, and you're breaking in." Her face twists like I just spat in her coffee. "The previous owner understood," she snaps. "This spot, this exact spot, has a unique vibrational frequency perfect for my sleep, my clarity, my leadership. You outsiders come in here, thinking you can disrupt everything." That word outsiders hits like a brick. I know exactly what she means, and it's not just about me being new in town. I'm black, and in her world, that's enough to make me other. I take a step forward, my patience gone. "You need to pack up and get out. Now." That's when she loses it. She scrambles off the bed, all silk and fury, and slaps me hard. The crack echoes in the basement, my cheeks stinging like fire. I'm 6 feet 3 inches, 200 pounds, and this pajama-wearing grandma just laid one on me. I'm too stunned to move, just standing there as she shrieks, "You're threatening my sanctuary. I have rights." "That's it. I'm done. You just assaulted me," I say, my voice shaking with anger. "I'm calling the cops." I storm upstairs, slam the door, lock it, and dial 911 while her muffled screams about frequencies and bylaws bounce off the walls. 10 minutes later, 2 cops show up: Officer Hayes, a young guy who looks like he's itching for action, and Sergeant Brooks, an older dude with a mustache who's seen it all. I tell them the whole story, rubbing my still red cheek, feeling like I'm in some bizarre reality show. "So, let me get this straight," Brooks says, scribbling in his notepad. "The HOA president was sleeping in your basement, claiming it's her what, her spa? And she hit you." "Pretty much," I say, feeling dumber by the second. We head downstairs, and there's Dorothy, sitting on her mattress like she's the Queen of Narnia, arms crossed, looking like the victim. "Officers, thank goodness," she says, all sugary. "This man's holding me hostage." Brooks just sighs, like he's heard this kind of crazy before. They ask her about her agreement with the old owner, and she launches into this wild spiel about ley lines and copper pipes from the 70s creating the perfect spot for her REM sleep. I'm trying not to laugh, but it's hard when she's talking like she's auditioning for a sci-fi cult. Brooks cuts her off. "Ma'am, you don't have a legal right to be here. Pack your stuff and go." Then he turns to me. "You pressing charges for the slap?" I look at Dorothy, who's glaring at me like she's memorizing my face for a hit list. If I let this slide, she'll think she owns me. If I press charges, it's war with the HOA. But that word outsiders is still burning in my head. This isn't just about a slap. It's about my right to live here, in peace, in my home. "Yeah," I say, my voice steady. "I'm pressing charges." Dorothy gasps like I just burned her dream journal. "You'll regret this," she hisses as the cops escort her out, pillows and all. "Your mailbox will be too shiny. Your grass is too tall. I'll bury you." Brooks just shakes his head, tells me to get cameras, and warns me. People like her, they don't quit easily. And he's right. 3 days later, I find a fancy envelope under my door, sealed with a Willow Creek HOA stamp. It's a violation notice. Semi-trash cans are 2.7 inches too far from the curb. The fine? $50. Signed, Dorothy Caldwell, President. The notices keep coming, each one pettier than the last. My marigolds are too vibrant. My welcome mats disruptive to neighborhood harmony. I even get fined for olfactory disturbance because I grilled burgers on a Saturday. It's not just annoying, it's personal. She's weaponizing the HOA to push me out, coding her prejudice in rules about flowers and trash cans. I started documenting everything, buying a binder, and installing cameras like Brooks suggested. The basement gets its own HD night vision setup, just in case. I find an ally in Ray, a retired mechanic who lives down the street. He's been fighting Dorothy for years over the unauthorized shade of his garden gnome's hat. Over beers in his garage, he spills the tea on her obsession with earth energies and vibrational healing. "She's nuts," he says, "but vindictive nuts are the worst kind." He tells me about her guru, some guy named Celestius Moon, who runs a website called starpulse.org. That's when the light bulb goes off. If Dorothy's this deep in her own crazy, I can't fight her with logic. I've got to fight her on her turf. I dive into her world-crappy New Age blogs, forums about geopathic stress and Schumann resonance. It's nonsense, but to her, it's scripture. I found a post on Moon's site about chaotic frequencies to neutralize negative biosignatures. Dorothy herself commented, whining about a disruptive occupant in her Nexus. Moon's reply? "Use old electronics, TVs, radios, spark machinesto, overwhelm the bad energy." I laugh so hard I almost cry. She's handed me the playbook to ruin her. For a week, I'm a man possessed, scouring Craigslist for junk-old CRT TVs, a busted ham radio, even a Jacob's ladder, that mad scientist thing with the electric arc. I turn my basement into a chaotic art installation, wires and buzzing transformers everywhere. I call it the harmonic disruption matrix. Then I write my fancy notice, mimicking her style, announcing I'm purifying my basement's nexus due to hostile psychic residue. I slip it into her mailbox myself, grinning like a kid pulling a prank. 2 nights later, my camera pings. It's Dorothy, in black sweats, prying open my basement window with a crowbar. She tumbles in, flashlight in her teeth, looking like a budget cat burglar. She creeps toward her old spot, then freezes when she sees my setup TVs humming, lights flickering, the Jacob's ladder sparking like it's alive. I'm watching from my couch, heart racing, and with one tap on my phone, I flip the switch. The basement explodes into noise and light static blaring, beeps shrieking, that electric arc hissing like a dragon. Dorothy screams, drops her flashlight, and stumbles around like she's in a horror movie. I let her stew for a minute, then called the cops. "Yeah, Dorothy Caldwell just broke into my house again. Got it all on video." The cops, Brooks and Hayes, show up, watch the footage, and haul her out in cuffs. Brooks sees the Jacob's ladder and mutters, "What in God's name is that?" I deadpan, "Harmonic purification, Sergeant." He almost smiles. At an emergency HOA meeting, I play the video for the whole neighborhood. Dorothy breaking in, freaking out, cowering behind the water heater. Then I play a voicemail she left me, her voice dripping with venom. "You outsiders don't belong here. I'll make you leave." The room gasps. Her coded racism is laid bare, and just like that, her reign's over. The HOA votes her out in 5 minutes flat. She stumbles out to boos and glares, a fallen queen. But the story doesn't end there. A few months later, a shiny BMW rolls into Dorothy's old house. Out steps Vincent Caldwell, her son, all slick hair and shark teeth, calling himself a reality architect with his Caldwell Ascendancy Network. He claims my basement's a quantum convergence point his family's used for generations to manifest wealth. My little stunt tanked his crypto portfolio, and he's here to take it back. Sell me the house, he says, or I'll manifest you out. His daughter, Luna, a TikTok cosmic influencer, joins the fight, posting videos calling me a vibrational parasite and rallying her followers to curse my address. Suddenly, I'm dodging chalk sigils on my sidewalk and waking up to Vincent's cult chanting, "I amplify my destiny," at 6 a.m. I'm out of my depth. Dorothy was one thing, but this is a whole family of crazy, upgraded for the digital age. So I fight fire with fire. I invented the Thompson Resonance Code, a fake philosophy about aligning with cosmic flow. I wear a lab coat, do fake calibration rituals on my lawn, and post cryptic messages online warning Luna's followers about karmic feedback loops. It works. Her fans back off, spooked. Vincent escalates with a $5,000 Ascendancy Summit at the local Holiday Inn, so I hire an actor, Harold Grayson, to play Orion Valtor, the founder of Vincent's philosophy. Harold's a silver-haired theater vet with a voice like warm gravel. We craft a whole fake doctrine, seed rumors online, and crash Vincent's summit. Harold walks in, calls Vincent a misguided apprentice, and dismantles his entire worldview in 10 minutes. The crowd ditches Vincent for Harold's free enlightenment talk by the pool, leaving him alone on stage, his empire in ruins. Within a week, Vincent's house is for sale. Luna ghosts her TikTok. Dorothy texts me a blurry photo of a crystal-covered box, claiming the Arcturians told her Vincent's a fraud. I've done it. I didn't just win. I broke their whole delusional dynasty. My basement's mine, Willow Creek's free, and as I stand on my porch, breathing the quiet air, I feel whole. I mailed Dorothy one last thing. A fake, cosmic signal detector with a star map pointing to nothing. Somewhere, she's staring at blinking lights, waiting for aliens who'll never call. And me? I'm just a guy with a house, a lawn, and a story nobody'd believe. So what do you think? Was I too harsh, or did they have it coming? Drop a comment. Have you ever dealt with a neighbor like this, or an HOA gone rogue? Share your stories, and let's talk about what makes a community. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.